When do you feel most like yourself? And I think when I feel most like myself is when when I'm around my people and the right people at that time and place in my life, and I could just be myself. I could talk about anything. I can be accepted, and there's times where like some people might find some of the things maybe not acceptable, and that's fine too. But I feel like as long as I get to be honest and open with who I really am, and I'm also noticing when I journal and when I talk to others, when I meditate, I get to learn more about myself. When fears pop up, when triggers pop up, that's when I get to learn more about myself. And that's something that is an ongoing thing. And honestly, it's beautiful because I feel like I could forever be changing and evolving, and I can go towards the identity I want to be in the future. And so I'm constantly learning about myself, and it's a lifelong journey, and I hope you're a part of it. I'd like to share all this stuff, and if you relate to this, please comment some things that make you feel like yourself, and share, repost if you want, and it'd be much appreciated. And follow along, come along for the journey. I'd love to have you. So what pain in your life has become part of your purpose? And I think what I'm doing now is like one of the things, my dad, he passed away when I was 8 years old, and so like I had male figures, like I had my uncles, I had cousins and those things, but when your dad passes away, you lose that male figure, and there's a lot of things that being raised by mostly women, and as a man, like there's things that you need to learn like on your own. And that's why I talk about the people pleasing and being the nice guy and being someone for everybody else, but you're abandoning yourself. And these are the things that I've picked up on, and I don't feel like I'm the only one. And so I feel like it's like my purpose, because I feel like I've overcome a lot, and I just want to be out there to share the messages for other people. And if you relate to that, please follow, comment your experiences too. Like if you were a male that was mostly raised by women, like what are the struggles that you have today? And just to know that you're not alone. And I hope you follow along and you can be a part of this journey too. I'd love to have you. So what would you tell the version of you that was still wearing all the masks? I just tell my version to simply love myself. Even if you're wearing a mask or whatever, know who you really are underneath. Not everybody has to see you, but it's also important to make sure you're not abandoning yourself for everybody. That's the key. That's what I would tell myself, and that's what I tell you too. So I'm going to give some exercises for people. So take a piece of paper. So write down all the roles that you play in your life. Like if you're a son, partner, father, employee, friend. Now to next to each one, right? What part of myself do I hide in this role? And just notice what those are. Notice what those pieces are. Don't judge yourself. And you don't have to share this with anybody. So be open and honest. Like what are the roles you play that you don't like or don't feel good about? Be open and honest about it. So that's an exercise you could do just to get some self-reflection. And all you just need a pen and paper to do that. So exercise 2, the 7-year-old interview. Close your eyes, picture yourself at 7 years old. Ask him or her, what did you love? What did you love as a kid? What made you feel alive? What did you need that you didn't get? Was it love? Was it respect? Was it to be heard? And then just give yourself the answer. What do you need? What do you want? What did your 7-year-old self need or want and didn't get? And those are the things that you, as an adult, are responsible to give to yourself today. And so this will be your compass on what you need to work on, if you choose to. So exercise 3, the shadow welcome. So think of a trait that you hate in yourself. I know it's a lot of fun. Think of the things that you don't like or you don't feel comfortable with. But whether it be jealousy, neediness, anger, whatever it is, say this to it. I see you. You're trying to protect me. What are you trying to tell me? And then listen to it. Don't argue with it. Just listen. And so those are the things. Like it's honestly, it becomes, after you do this on multiple occasions, it becomes an instinct for you. Start to trust your gut more. You can start to see situations that maybe you need to be out of or into, or people that you need to be around or don't need to be around. And so it's this learning to trust yourself and that side that's trying to protect you. It's okay to do that. So exercise 4, the unlearning prompt. So finish this sentence. I used to believe that being a man meant, and what you can do is you can comment below, what does being a man meant? What did you used to believe that it meant? Like things that we don't cry, that we don't have feelings, that we don't have emotions, that we got to do things on our own, that we gotta tough it out and hold on to our fists, and we're gonna do that. Like what is? Those are the things that I thought. Those are the things that I hung on to, and it's not like that. I get to be my genuine full self, and I get to have a purpose, and that's what I think being a man is today for me. But like, I want to know. Comment below. What is it that you believe man was meant to be? And when you talk about what used to meant to be to you, you can feel that in your body too, how it affects you, what the old belief is. And let me know if it's a belief that you have today that maybe you need to want to work on. Comment below. Exercise 5, the ancestor letter. Write a letter to the men who came before you. What did they carry that you're ready to put down? Like I said, like that could be things like men aren't meant to cry. If you're gonna cry, we'll give you something to cry about. Or don't be a wimp, don't be a sissy. Those things. Those are the things we gotta put down as men. We gotta heal those things. And it's our responsibility to do it. If we're an adult, that's our responsibility now to do that. So if you agree, like, follow, repost. Comment below that you agree. Or even add something too. Like, what are the things that were put on you that you want to put down? And if you want, just write it on a journal for yourself. It doesn't have to be here. This is to help you. That's what I'm hoping to do. So I used to also believe that being a man meant never showing weakness. I was wrong. Showing weakness is one of the strongest things you could ever do. Being vulnerable is a strong thing you can do. Just owning it. So I learned that vulnerability is strength. And so that was one of the things I had to learn about manhood that I had to unlearn. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be vulnerable around everybody. Sometimes it's just on my own, but I have to be that. And I get to choose who I can be vulnerable around. I have to trust them. So there's a part of you've been hiding. Maybe anger, maybe grief. So when I stopped hiding mine, usually it came out in some emotions. Sometimes I'm fucking yelling. Usually it's in my car or whatever. Like I'm not, like where it's like, it's not going anywhere. Going out in the forest or the bush, you could do the same thing. Or just crying. Just fucking let that shit out. Because when you do, it's almost like having a thorn in you. And when you pull it out, it hurts, but it feels better. The healing can begin. And that's what I want to share with men today, too. That's okay to have those feelings. If you're angry, though, that's the thing. It's what you do with it. It's your actions. You're responsible for your behaviors and actions. So these feelings will come up. And to me, I was uncomfortable with anger, uncomfortable with grief, and I hung on to these things. And it wasn't serving me any purpose. I was in survival mode. And I want to help you get out of it. So if you want to get out of it, follow me. Like this video. If you know somebody that could benefit from it, repost. Send it to them. It'd be much appreciated. And I'd love to have you on my journey. So what part of yourself did you hide the longest? What was the cost of hiding it? Well, I fucking don't honestly want to answer that. Not on TikTok. And this is important. Like I talk about having boundaries. This is one of them. I'd probably talk to people on a one-to-one setting, but as for posting this on a social media thing, I'm not willing to do that. This is a boundary lesson right here, and I hope you can do the same for yourself. It doesn't feel right for me to do, and if that feels like way for you, if it ever comes up for you, listen to that. But hiding it, I had to tell, like, I don't have any secrets, and it doesn't mean I go around telling everybody about everything, but like, I've told everything to at least somebody, and just knowing that I got to accept and love myself more. So I spent years trying to figure out my purpose. Then I realized I was asking the wrong question. Here's the question I should have been asking. Actually, hook 3. No thanks. So if you're tired of performing, stay with me. I used to perform for everyone. Now I show up for myself. And here's what shifted, is that I feel more solitude in myself. I feel like I know who I am, have a stronger character now. And I don't bend as easily as I used to. Now I'm teaching you. Like, share, follow. Free guides are in my bio. Let's build together.